All right, we're on. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Leah Lachlan. Welcome to our virtual classroom. This how-to video is on how to work your Mary Kay business and how to do your sessions, your beauty sessions full circle. Okay. So let me start with telling you two quick stories that I feel like are important when it comes to the idea of working full circle, when it comes to just the mindset of your business, okay? So these were two major turning points that I had very early on in my business. Okay, the first one was when I started, I had a launch party. My director came and did it. I had about 10 people there. A few of them booked appointments, parties, classes, sessions, whatever you want to call them. They booked them. And then I did a power start in my first month. The power start is doing 30 faces in 30 days. And I pretty much did that power start from the sessions that I booked with the people at my debut. Well, as I was getting to the finish of my first month and finishing up my 30 faces, I realized that I needed to book some more sessions for the next month, right? So I could do a power start again because that was my goal. And so I knew what that meant. I knew that meant I needed to pick up the phone and start calling people about booking a party or a session. And at that point, you guys, I mean, that phone weighed like 10,000 pounds and I did not want to pick it up. And the fear, the fear and level of uncomfortableness that I had related to calling people about booking parties was real. And for the most part, I avoided doing it. And then the few times I made myself sit down and do it and suck it up, as soon as I would get a no or sense like any kind of rejection, I just sort of gave up and could not push past that. Okay, so I really had a hard time getting on the phone and booking. So fast forward a few months later, I was at my very first seminar. That's in Dallas, and I went in the summer, and it was just about maybe 4 or 5 months into my business. And I got this idea at seminar from who knows where I heard it from, but got this idea to get 100 no's in a month. And so that's 25 no's a week. And I don't know why I latched onto that, but I'm like, okay, I can do that. And so I went home from seminar, printed off this paper, and it was just this grid that had 100 boxes in it. And that was my paper that I kept with me all month. And every time I would sit down and make booking calls or attempt to get bookings, if I would get a no, I would check off one of my boxes because my goal was to get 100. And so here's what happened is when I would get on the phone and I would get a no, instead of feeling like that sense of rejection and kind of giving up and not having the courage to make the next call, I would kind of celebrate it. Like I would get a no and I'd be like, yes. And I would check another box off my list. It was like reverse psychology for me. Even a no still felt like progress and still felt like I was moving forward on my goal to get 100 no's. And so instead of giving up, it forced me to just kind of keep calling, keep getting the no's. And so long story short, I ended up getting 67 no's that month. Okay, so I didn't get my 100, but I got 67 no's, probably the most rejection I'd ever received in my life in 1 month. But also what happened is that I got a lot of yeses too. If you're not hearing no, you're not hearing yes either. No is just a part of the process. No is normal. No is expected. And not that we want no's, but no's mean that you're asking and you're getting yeses too. No's mean that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. And when you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, it means you're growing as a person and building your courage and doing scary things and becoming a better version of yourself. So there's a lot of good things that come from no. And I happened to go on Target for my very first free card that I'd ever earned. Happened to go on Target that month. And you guys, it came from this mission to get no's. And that kept me on the phone, which kept me asking, which kept me getting no's and yeses, which was really quite the turning point in my business. I went on target for my car and then went into qualifications to become a director, earned my car, became a director. It just set into motion all of these goals that I had because it kept me asking. Okay. So that's a story I wanted to tell you. And then another quick story, and then we'll get to the full circle part of this. Another quick story is another major turning point I had very early on in my business. And okay, so remember my debut, I booked all these parties and I went to the parties and I had a mixed results. Some parties I sold a lot and was really happy with my sales and the results. Other parties, I didn't sell very much. Some parties I sold nothing. So I had mixed results with my sales, which is normal. But one thing that happened at all of my parties early on is that I would do the party. I wasn't even good. I was still figuring it out. I was like flipping through note cards, trying to remember what to say. And regardless of how it went, it was a super positive experience for the people I was in front of. Every time I was packing up to leave, all of the women were like super grateful. They were super happy. They were happier when I left than when I came. They all felt beautiful. They loved the product, whether they could order a lot or not. They all loved the product, loved the experience. They were thanking me profusely. They were so happy to gather together as friends. They're like, we should do this more often. This was so fun. It was a really great experience. And so that kept happening. You know, my first month doing my sessions and doing my parties, that same thing kept happening. And finally, like a switch flipped in my brain. And I realized that I really had something awesome to offer to women. I had a service to offer, I had a gift to offer. They got to get together with friends. They got to try products for free. They got a free facial, a free makeover. They got to learn about skincare. They got to learn about color. They got to have a fun girls' night. And there was so much connected to the experience that women really love and appreciate. And I know that sounds obvious that I'm saying that, but you guys, beforehand, my mindset was like, okay, I got to get bookings and I got to get hostesses and I got to get some sales so I can reach my goals and grow my business. You know, I had to get all these things. And that's true. I wanted to get sales. I wanted to get bookings. I wanted to have hostesses, but something in my mind switched from like, okay, I need to get these things so I can grow my business to, here's what I have to offer. Here's what I have to give. You're going to like what I have. You're going to enjoy it. I'm here to serve you. How can I serve you? Okay. You see the difference in that mindset? Like, I need to get bookings. I need to get sales. I need to get hostesses. You flip that around from I need to get to what do I have to offer? Here's what I have to give. Here's the service that I really love and am excited about to offer to you. Okay. You see how different that is? Because, you know, if I would have kept that I need to get these things mindset, it really felt, and I feel like the best word I have to describe it is that it just kind of felt icky. And I wasn't like trying to be icky about it. It just felt kind of like, and I think icky, like feeling icky about something, is not sustainable for the longevity of building a business. And I'm so grateful I went from I want to get to how can I give? And when you really approach your business with that mindset, like, what do I have to give? What do I have to offer? How can I serve you? How can I love you? How can I be a bright light in your day? People sense that vibe. And you can express it without even using words, but people will sense that vibe. And when people are attracted to you because you really come to the table with a genuine heart to serve and love, people are going to be far more attracted to what you have to offer and attracted to you. Because I think I want to get, that repels people, but I want to give and I want to serve and I want to love attracts people. And so we always approach working our business full circle with that mindset. Okay, so let's go into the full circle concept because there's two different things, and this is just going to be a quick introduction. This is a quick introduction to what the definition of working your business and your sessions full circle looks like. There's a lot of skills that go into it that as you go through your how-to videos and as you go through your new consultant training, you're going to learn more of the specifics of this concept. So this is just like a brief introduction to it. Okay, so working your sessions full circle, there's a little formula we like to use. It's called 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay. So that means at your sessions, kind of a standard or a benchmark goal is to sell 200 or more, of course, to book 2 future parties or sessions from that session, to book 2 career surveys. That's where they watch the video and you do a call with her. And a lot of times for new consultants, directors are supporting that consultant with that call for like an education call. So you book 2 of those calls and then you book 2 guests like to the next event, whether that's an in-person workshop or whether that's a virtual event. It's an event where she can learn more about the Mary Kay business. All right. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. It's just a great standard for you to learn to touch on all of those areas of the business. Because what can happen is the sales is like kind of the obvious, easy part. Obviously you want to share products and our hope is that they love them and see the value in our products and want to have them and use them, right? That's the goal. And that's kind of like the obvious, easy part. But it can sometimes be so much of the focus that we forget all the other things. We forget to book future sessions. And bookings are the lifeline of your business. So you always want to, as you do a session and it falls off your date book because you've held it, you want to add more onto it and you want to keep the sessions going. And the easiest way to do that is to book those sessions from your current sessions. Okay. So we want to focus on that. We want to focus on sharing the opportunity with the phone calls. And that helps with your training as well. And we want to focus on getting people to events, which is another great way to share the opportunity with them. Okay. So 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And where do all of these 2s happen? All of these 2s happen in the follow-up. Right? So you do the session, you present the product, you share your story, you share about Mary Kay, but then it's in your follow-up that those things actually happen. It's in the debrief that they actually happen. So when you're in person for a session, you meet with people individually after the session is over. When you do it virtually, you're doing phone call and text follow-ups to do these 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay. So that's the definition of a full circle session. And then let's go through what it looks like to work your business full circle. I'm actually going to share my screen and you're going to see 12 different like circles or 12 different categories, like making a circle, or I like to think about it as a chain link. And they're really the 4 like buckets or categories of working a successful Mary Kay business and building a business that's going to last and building a lot of sustainability into your business. And so you want to think of it as a chain link because it's all connected, right? So if you have like a weak link in your chain, it's not just that chain is weak. It really kind of weakens the whole system because it's all meant to connect and work together and flow together. So what I like for people to do when I describe these 12 buckets or these 12 categories is rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 4 for each of them. And this can help you to know some of your next best steps in your business or your next skills to really work on. This is absolutely a skills-based business, which is good news for all of us because we can all learn new skills. Doesn't matter what your personality is, doesn't matter if you don't have sales or business background, doesn't matter how many people you know, none of that stuff matters. If you are a student and you're willing to learn and to grow and to learn new skills, anybody can figure this stuff out. It's a simple, simple business once you understand some of the basics. Okay, so as I go through these skills, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 4. 1 would be like, girl, I have not even heard of that. Like you are speaking a different language to me, and I don't even know what that means. So for new consultants, you may be a 1 in a lot of these because it's just a brand new concept. As you become more of a seasoned consultant and go through your training, these things start to become more familiar. Okay, a 2 would be like, you know what, I've heard of that, but haven't really had a chance to study or practice or learn or implement that skill yet. Okay, a 3, if you're a 3 in that skill or that category or that bucket, that means, you know what, I've learned about this, I've had a chance to practice. I still have room to grow, but I'm really like grasping this. Like I get it, and I'm practicing and I'm grasping. And then 4 would be like, you know what, I'm actually really good at that. Like I've figured that part out. I'm pretty good at it. I like it. I've taken the chance to develop my skills in that. All right. So you're gonna rate yourself 1 through 4. And then identify like maybe 1 or 2 that you want to work on first. We can't work on them all at once, but we can take 1 or 2 and really develop those skills. So let's go through them. I want to share my screen with you guys so that you have a visual and this makes more sense. So here we go. Let me do that. Okay, you guys see that? Working your Mary Kay business full circle. Let's start at the top with number 1. Number 1 is lead generation. And so that is having names of people to book with and sell to. For new consultants, the first thing you do to start this is just to make your list of everybody in the world that you know, literally everybody with skin. Doesn't matter where she lives, doesn't matter if you haven't talked to her in a while. If she knows your name and face and you know her name and face, just write her down. Even like your girl who does your hair, or the moms you see at the soccer field, or your kids' teachers, or your neighbors. They don't have to necessarily be super warm contacts. They can just be people in your life that you know. And you make that contact list, and a lot of times new consultants will use that list to invite to your launch party or start booking your first sessions with, or invite to your customer VIP group, or just generally share the fact that you are doing and selling Mary Kay. Okay, so lead generation. And then the idea and the goal is that you start with that list, but you don't build your business on that list. You're using that list to meet and network through them. So to meet their friends and family. Okay. I've been building my business for 15 years. And so much of my business I could trace it back to that original contact list that I had. And I built my business not on that contact list, but I networked through that contact list. So I met the friends and family of my friends and family. And I swear I could trace back almost everyone in our area to maybe an original person that was on that contact list. Okay, so that is the goal, is to network and to meet new people, not just rely on that first list of people. And then ideally, just to give you kind of a number to think about, you want to be adding about 25 new leads to your business each week, 25 new leads. And you can get that in so many different ways. That could be through getting referrals at your sessions. That could be just getting referrals in general from customers. Customers can even tag their friends in your Facebook group and they get added. So that's like a new lead for you. That could be just meeting people out and about, meeting the moms, meeting the contacts, meeting the friends at church, meeting the neighbors, just getting new leads in your circle of influence. But always having fresh new leads coming into your business is a way to build. You want to be building. Again, you don't want to build on just the people you know, you want to network through them. Okay, so that's number 1. Let's go to number 2, and that's a book 5 or 10. And that's a goal, 10 or more. That's a goal we encourage consultants to do, that if you want to really build a business and generate an income, always have 5 to 10 or more bookings on your date book within a 30-day time frame. And when you have a booking, that means new customers, that means new sales, that means potential new team members, and which all of that leads to the growth of your business. When you have no bookings, there's none of that happening. Okay, so bookings are the lifeline. So always having 5 or 10 or more, depending on your goals, um, helps to keep your business consistently growing. Okay, so let's jump to number 3. Number 3 is confident coaching and pre-profiling. That is a big skill that we spend some time in during Pink Bootcamp to teach you that once you have a booking on your date book, like what do you do? And confident coaching and pre-profiling is a lot of communication with your hostess and a lot of communication with her invite list to make sure they know what to expect and that you're ready for them and they're ready for you. And so that's a lot of communication, and we really get into that during Pink Boot Camp. Okay. So you book it and then you coach it and then you hold the session. And that's number 4 is mastering the beauty session, whether that's in person or a virtual beauty session. You want to learn the process of sharing the products, sharing your story, and sharing the business when you're in front of a group. That's another big thing we hit on in Pink Boot Camp. Okay. So then you book it. So first you get leads, then you book it, then you coach it, then you hold the session. And then number 5 is you learn to follow up for full circle results. And there's follow up that once you hold a session, you're either following up by meeting with them in person individually, or you are doing phone and text follow up to get full circle results. So remember, not just sales, but also the bookings and the phone calls and inviting to the events so that you can share more about Mary Kay. All right, so then number 6 is a Power Program weekly focus. The Power Program is one of our foundational core programs that teaches you to work your business consistently on a weekly basis to then get Power Program numbers on a monthly basis. So we have a Power 3 or a P3, which is holding 3 parties a month and or doing 15 faces. They kind of go hand in hand. Usually when you hold 3 sessions, you've done about 15 faces. So you can kind of look at it either way. A P6 or a Power 6 is holding 6 sessions or doing 30 faces. A P9 or Power 9 is holding 9 sessions or doing 45 faces in a month. And a P12 is holding 12 sessions or 60 faces in a 1-month time frame. And then in addition to that, there's sales and wholesale ordering, and then also sharing the opportunity with those people. So there's a Power Program flyer that explains all those numbers, and it's a tracking sheet. If there's any tracking sheet I would encourage you to use, it is this Power Program tracking sheet, because you can keep track of all that stuff, and it's really satisfying to fill it out. It's awesome to see your numbers. It's awesome to know the numbers in your business, and it's really fun to see the growth. Okay, then 7 is sharing the opportunity. We do that in many different ways, anything from sharing your iStory at your sessions to doing a follow-up call with her where she watches a video about Mary Kay and you either follow up with her or you and your director follow up with her. We do Ponder Pinks. Those are virtual events where we share the opportunity. We do in-person events where we share the opportunity. But there's 2 things you want to be doing at the same time in your business. You want to be building your customer base and at the same time building your team. Okay, so you're sharing the product, building customers, and as you're sharing the product, you're sharing the opportunity and building your team. And you can maximize your income and maximize your growth when you do both at the same time. Okay. Sometimes people are lopsided, like they just focus on selling and building customers, which is great and awesome. And you can do that, but you don't maximize your growth and potential if you're not building your team at the same time. And some people have it flip-flop the other side. They're building their team, but not sharing the product as much. They're just sharing the opportunity. And so then they're not generating customers and sales. All right. So we want to do both at the same time. It's a great way to maximize your income and your growth. Okay. Number 8 is product knowledge and personal use. I want to challenge you to go through your bathroom, throw out anything that does not have the words Mary Kay on it. And you want to just purge your bathroom. You need to clean it out anyways. You don't need that old makeup you had in high school. Go throw it away, do a little detox of your bathroom cabinets and drawers, and just start fresh with Mary Kay products. You don't want to be out and about and somebody loves your eyeshadow color and comments on it and you can't say it was Mary Kay, right? You want to be able to say, this is Mary Kay. You can buy this from me. So you want to use the product, and the best way to share the product is to use it from head to toe. So you can give genuine You can share genuinely about why you love it because you experience it every single day. And you want to know about the products. We have an amazing resource called Product Central. It's on marykayintouch.com. And there is more to know about every single product and ingredient and how to use it, more to know than you would even care to know. But it's a great resource for you to know some of the product details and a great way to study the products. Okay, let's move to number 9. That's systems for customer service and engagement. And so we don't want just what I call one night stands with our customers, where they buy something once and then you never see her, or she never hears from you again. We want to build loyal, lasting relationships. You really want your customers to become your friends. You want to do life with these people. You want to be their beauty girl, just like she's got her hair girl and she's got her nail girl and she's got her massage girl and she's got her eyebrow threading girl. She's got all her girls. Like, you're the beauty girl. You're the skincare girl. You're the cosmetics girl. And you want to build that lasting relationship with her. So how do you do that? You have a heart that wants to serve and give, and you follow up, and you have systems for follow up, and you have systems for communication that include texting and emailing and having a VIP customer group. And so those are some things we're going to train you on how to do that consistently. We also have what we call the PCP program. It's a preferred customer program that every quarter you can enroll your customers in this, and it's 70 cents a person, and Mary Kay mails them a new catalog for the season. So every quarter it gives you the opportunity to follow up and see how she's doing on her products. Okay. And then number 10, this is another core part of working your business full circle. It's staying connected to your Mary Kay community. Okay. So staying connected to your recruiter, staying connected to your director, staying connected to your national sales director, attending your weekly meeting, whether in person or virtual, attending our area events, whether in person or virtual. Stay connected to the community. It's one of the beautiful gifts that we have to offer in Mary Kay that a lot of people don't expect. You know, people start the business because they want the income or they want the flexibility, but a beautiful added bonus that often becomes people's thing they're most grateful about is the community they get to be a part of, and the sisterhood that we have and the support system that we have. I mean, we go through life together on the good days and the bad days, the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows. We do life together. So stay connected, even in seasons where you're not actively building your business as much, because I know that always ebbs and flows and that's natural. Even in those seasons, still stay connected to the community because it's so life-giving and such an uplifting pink bubble to be a part of. Okay. And then 11 is promotions and leadership. So that it starts to happen when you remember you're doing both things at the same time. You're sharing the product and selling and building your customers, and you're sharing the business opportunity and building your team. When you do that at the same time, you start to promote yourself. You start to move up the career path. You start to increase your income that you're generating from building your team. And you start to move into more of a leadership position. The first leadership position in Mary Kay is called Red Jacket. It's when you have your first 3 active team members on your team. And it's kind of that very foundational first stage of leadership. And that opens the door to more opportunity. You get to go to the more high level leadership classes. You get access to more training. You get more of a leadership role in your unit and in your area, and you start to be developed as a leader. And you can continue to move up the career path as a consultant until you become a sales director, if that's a goal that you have. And so, so build your business, but maximize the selling and the sharing, and you start to move into get promotions and move into leadership positions. And then number 12 is effective goal setting and execution. That is just a common thing we talk about and teach in Mary Kay, is how to set your goals and how to achieve them. And so we talk about weekly goals, and we talk about monthly goals, and we talk about quarterly goals, and we talk about year-long seminar goals. And goal setting is just a part of our culture, and it's a skill that we teach and a skill you'll develop that will support you in your business. But the amazing thing about goal setting, it always spills over into other areas of your business. As you learn to goal set and discipline yourself in your Mary Kay business, you learn to do that in other areas. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing that happens. So, well, there you have it, my friends. That is how to work your parties full circle, 2 + 2 + 2 + 2, how to work your business full circle. rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 4, get an idea about the 1 or 2 skills you want to work on first, and then take those skills and continue to learn more and continue your education as a beauty consultant. All right. Love you guys.